My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Devil. And I guess people really don't like this movie. Like on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 49% from the critics, but it also has a 43% from the audience. And that to me is just baffling because, okay, well, I do have to be honest. I actually believe this was one of the first horror movies I ever watched back in 2011. Like, there was the remake of Friday the 13th, The Wolfman. Yeah, yeah, this was definitely one of the first horror movies I ever watched, and I really didn't care for it. But I just rewatched it last night, and holy shit, this movie is great, it's underrated, and it deserves so much more credit than it receives. So let's begin by talking about the cast, and I thought Chris Messina did a really great job here. He carries the movie so incredibly well, and he also brings an unexpected level of emotional weight. Logan Marshall Green, aka not Tom Hardy, but looks like Tom Hardy, does a really good job as well. For most of the movie, he does kind of seem like a generic character, but as the movie progresses and you start to find out more about him, he actually brings a surprising level of depth here, and yeah, he really knocked it out of the park. Joffrey Aaron does a good job. He brought lots of personality to his character. Bojina Novakovic does a pretty good job as well. Jenny O'Hara does a good job. Bookham Woodbine does a good job as well. Matt Craven is great here. Like, this dude could have been a forgettable side character, but he's actually really compelling to watch. And Jacob Vorgaz does a great job as well. So I thought everybody really delivered here, and it's just a very well made movie by John Eric Dorda. Like, this is very tense and very claustrophobic throughout, and I love how it manages to be a claustrophobic thriller, kind of like Buried in Phone Booth, but you've also got this mystery angle as well, where the cops are trying to figure out who these people are, what's going on, who's killing everybody, and you just get a really unique movie as a result, and it's compelling. Like, I was locked in the entire runtime, and it just flies by. Like, I believe it's like 80 minutes long. Yeah, it's 80 minutes long and it's just so perfectly paced throughout. I also like how you've got a sprinkle of supernatural elements here, but it still kind of feels grounded in its own way, and it's just a really well directed and written movie. But what really elevates it to greatness is how it explores its themes. This is a movie about accountability, about flawed humans, it's about forgiveness, it's about divine intervention, and it's about trying to come back from our past. And I actually was surprised at how well the movie explored these ideas, and I'll say it, by the end, I found this movie to be genuinely moving. I, I, I actually teared up at the end of this movie. It really did have a huge impact on me. And without giving anything away, there are some really nice reveals here that are really well written into the overall story. So yeah, I love this movie. I really do. I do got a couple issues. Um, there is one death scene that just feels so obviously avoidable, and they kind of took a really smart character and turned him into an idiot just like that. And lots of this movie, you're trying to figure out what's going on, how are these people connected, and sometimes the red herrings can be a bit much. Sometimes I feel like the movie can lose focus, but it brings it back at the end of this movie, and I really do think this movie is something special, and it really deserves much more credit. It deserves much more love. Like I said, it's compelling, it's kinda of a whodunit, there's some police investigative stuff going on, it's a tense claustrophobic thriller, but it's also just a really great movie about humanity, and it's moving, and it's incredibly well acted, and yeah, I love it, so I'm going to give Devil an 8 out of 10. Much, much, much better than I initially thought. But I actually do think this is one of those movies where as you get older and you understand the human condition more, it will leave more of an impact with you. But Devil, have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.